Hey everybody, welcome to Straight to Blu-ray. I am James. Welcome to the new channel. This is my first official, movie video since I've started the channel back up. I did post a video the other day explaining where I've been, why the channel name change, and everything that's coming to the channel. If you didn't see that video, I'll put a card up here. You can check that one out. Just gives you, just information on the channel, where I've been, like I said, why it's called Straight to Blu-ray. And then I kind of give a schedule on the different videos I'm going to be posting each week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And if you haven't seen it, basically Mondays is going to be movie news, like news, information, stuff like that. So it is obviously Monday as I'm posting this, so this is going to be just movie news, rumors, stuff like that that I have heard about and read online about different movies and things like that coming up. So let's go ahead and get right into it. All right, the first bit of movie news is, no surprise, Avatar 2 has been killing it at the box office, and over the New Year's Eve weekend, the holiday weekend, it surpassed $1.38 billion worldwide. That's billion with a B. 1.38 billion worldwide box office totals. The interesting thing is obviously that's a ton of money, but according to James Cameron, for the movie to break even, it needs to make $1.4 billion. So they haven't quite even broke even yet, even though they've far surpassed $1 billion. But I'm sure obviously that's coming. The movie hasn't been out too long. It's not going out of theaters anytime soon, especially worldwide. So it looks like it's finally going to, probably as this video is coming out, it's going to creep over that 1.4 billion mark and finally start actually making money for Disney. But yeah, 1.38 billion so far coming into the new year. So yeah, obviously I think it was one of the top 15 biggest movies so far of all time. So James Cameron actually said it needed to be one of the biggest grossing films of all time just to make any kind of profit for Disney. So I guess we'll see how that goes. And since they've made like 16 more of them after this, hopefully everything goes well. I don't know what they would do if but for whatever reason, people stop coming. I don't think they'd shelve it, all that money they spent, but who knows? So yeah, 1.38 billion on its way to 1.4. So yeah, Avatar 2 definitely is chugging right along in theaters. I personally haven't seen it yet, but I'll probably get out to theaters sometime this week. Check it out. But gotta help cross over that 1.4 billion mark. Do my part. All right, the next story is actually an interesting one. I know on like those entertainment shows, they did the who wore it best. When two people have done the same thing. This is kind of like a who wore it best, although it's more of a who did it best. There was a story that a gentleman, he's alleged, we'll put this out there, he allegedly he's a software engineer. His name is Ernie Castro. He allegedly manipulated the code at his job and was able to siphon off over $300,000 from this company by doing changes to the code with manipulated prices, like the actual prices of items people ordered, and he was able to steal some of the shipping fees that were associated when people would order things offline. And police searched, obviously they did their investigation, and all this information on his computer was found under the file, and it was listed Office Space Project. If you've seen the movie Office Space, at the end they kind of do the same thing with, I think it's percentages of 1 cent, where they rack up all this money, something goes awry, and they get a ton of it all at once. But apparently he was inspired, allegedly, by Office Space and decided to kind of do the same thing, since he labeled the file Office Space Project. So yeah, interesting. I don't think he burned the place to the ground to get away with it, but who knows? We'll see what happens to old Ernie Castro there. But definitely an interesting, watch some movies, pick up some things. Obviously it didn't work out too well for Ernie, but hey, definitely an interesting story. All right, now you've probably heard by now that coming out March, I believe it's March 10th of 2023, so about 3 months away. There is going to be yet another Scream movie, Scream 6. I'm sure a lot of you know Neve Campbell not going to be in this one, but they did release a poster. Now, they do have a trailer online showing them in New York City on the subway system. So obviously this takes place in New York City. They just released a new poster of it, and I'll go ahead and put it up here so you can see it. It's very interesting because it's a map of the New York subway, but you can kind of see that it's in the shape of the Ghostface mask, the killer's mask. And if you look closely, you'll be able to see that it's got the different lines, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6. Each line is actually that part of the movie. So line 1 is Scream 1, and if you follow the line by color of each one, it will go in order the people that were murdered in each of those movies, starting with Maureen Prescott all the way up, and then it all comes to a head with Sam Carpenter. I almost forgot her name. Sam Carpenter, the one that got away in the most recent one. It all comes to a head. All the lines meet up with her, and her name is in all caps up at the top of the poster. So interesting. I don't know if that's just a clever advertisement or if that's gonna kind of bring things together. They're gonna try to bring it together. I don't know if they're trying to do kind of like a Saw where at the end things would kind of come together and everything they try to tie everything in together. It looks like they're kind of trying to do that here. Not sure if that's what that means with this poster, or like I said, it's just some clever advertising, but definitely a cool looking poster. Cool looking poster. So yeah, definitely probably going to be something to check out. It sucks Nev Campbell's not going to be in it. I guess they lowballed her on money. So yeah, we'll see if it's going to be any good. Not holding my breath. I mean, it is anytime you get to anything part 6, it's usually not the best, but I'll give it a shot and we'll see. But yeah, definitely a cool poster. Like I said, that's coming out March 10th of this year. So. All right, now, if anybody out there has seen any of the Batman movies, you know that there is some characters that have been portrayed more than once. Obviously, Batman has been portrayed more than once by different actors playing the same character. In an article from Danny DeVito, where he's promoting his latest project, he claims that he believes he did a better job playing the Penguin than Colin Farrell did playing the Penguin in the most recent movie, The Batman. Now, if you haven't seen it, like I said, I'll put the picture up here. It's a side-by-side shot showing Danny DeVito as the Penguin in Batman Returns, and then you've got Colin Farrell, who played him in The Batman. So, yeah, like I said, Danny DeVito, while he praised Colin Farrell, he believes that of the two, his performance was the better Penguin that there was. Obviously, there have been other people that played the Penguin. Burgess Meredith was famously, who was in Rocky. He portrayed the Penguin in the TV series, I believe. So other people have played it, but between the two, Danny DeVito thinks that his rendition of the Penguin was better than Colin Farrell. Let me know in the comments down below, which one do you think did the better job as the Penguin? Who's the better Penguin between the two? Personally, I kind of think Danny DeVito was better. I don't even remember. And I just saw the Batman not too long ago. I don't even remember too much about Colin Farrell's. So that alone, not that he did a bad job, but I think the Danny DeVito character, and I read something where like he was eating that raw fish, and I mean, that was legit. That wasn't some prop, and it wasn't sushi either. It was like raw fish. So he kind of went all out on that. But if you ask me, I believe he's probably accurate. I think I like Danny DeVito's a little bit better, but let me know in the comments down below. Who do you think did a better job? Who wore it best, Danny DeVito or Colin Farrell on the Penguin? All right, and if you've seen it, I did on Disney Plus. National Treasure, people have been waiting for the third one. Obviously, you've got the first two that came out a while ago. People have been waiting on a third National Treasure for a while now. So Disney Plus came out with their National Treasure little series. I think it's 10 episodes total, although I think it's either 3 or 4 that have been released so far out there. No Nicolas Cage in this one, although Justin Bartha is in it as Riley Poole for, I believe, the majority of them. So he reprises his role. Harvey Keitel reprises his role in one of the episodes. But so far there had not been any confirmation on the movie. However, they spoke with Jerry Bruckheimer, did an interview, who is the producer of the National Treasure movies, and he did say that it is in development. So they are working on a National Treasure 3 separate from the Disney Plus series. They actually do hint, if you've seen the Disney Plus series, they do hint at it, because at the end of 2, in the President's Book of Secrets, page 47 was kind of the cliffhanger, which is, I think, why a lot of people had been waiting to hear something about that. Page 47 was the cliffhanger, and they do bring it up in the Disney Plus series. I won't give it away. I mean, it wasn't much of a spoiler or anything, but he does bring it up briefly in that one. And like I said, Jerry Bruckheimer did say it is in production. He said they have a script that has been written and that Nicolas Cage has that script. Whether he decides he wants to do it or not, that's a different story, but it does look like it is in development. They are working towards getting that made. Justin Bartha said in an interview recently that he would be on board for doing another one. I don't know if Diane Kruger or John Voight have any interest in that, but Justin Bartha definitely said he would be interested in that. Whether Nicolas Cage, obviously, I mean, you got to have him, especially if you've seen the Disney Plus show. Without him, I don't know. I'm not going to get into the Disney Plus part, the show. It's not the worst thing I've ever seen, but it's I'll just leave it at that. You have to check that one out for yourselves. But yeah, so hopefully we do get a National Treasure 3. I was a big fan of the first two, so it is in development. So hopefully we'll hear some news on whether that's actually got greenlit or not, and they will go ahead and make that. So. All right, that is going to do it for the news for this week. Like I said, this is going to be a weekly thing I do every Monday, just kind of movie news, rumors, stuff like that I've read or heard online. To go ahead and end this video, obviously it's 2023. This is the brand new year, which means 2022 just ended. And obviously every year, you know, they have the list. Usually they'll put this at the Oscars or award shows, you know, famous actors that we lost within the previous year. So 2022 obviously is no different than any other year. So to kind of close this one out, I'm going to go ahead and put just a few. Obviously, this is not the entire list. This is just some movie stars that we lost in 2022 that I, you know, personally, you know, had a connection to, at least watching some of their material. Like I said, there's obviously a lot more that aren't going to be on here, but I want to go ahead and just at least acknowledge these people that we lost in 2022. All right, guys, that is going to do it for this video. Like I said, hopefully everybody has a good new year, a good 2023. Hate to end the video on such a sad note there, but unfortunately every year, you know, this will happen next year too. We'll have to kind of go over everybody that we lost the previous year, but hopefully all of you are having a good New Year's, had a good New Year's Eve, and hopefully 2023 is going to be much better for you than 2022. And as always, thanks for watching, and I will see y'all in the next video.